car. We ready, Muffin, but just don't drive too
Hey, g'day, cheeky dogs. Thank you all for joining us today. We're so excited to talk to you about the new Bluey Rug album, Island, our thoughts and feelings on it, favorite songs, least favorite songs, all that sort of jazz. But of course, this is the Beyond Bluey podcast. I am Margie.
And I am Pugly, and I am just beyond excited to talk about this. Music is like one of my favorite things in every single Bluey episode. And Joff Bush, you can tell, and everyone involved had so much fun making this album. There's a ton of passion just bleeding through, and I can't wait to talk about it in just a few moments here.
Yeah. So obviously, like, the artwork for it was beautiful, and like the biggest thing was the Easter egg of the fact that like all of the covers joined together. So of course we are still missing one healer here, which of course is Chili. My thoughts is that she's gonna be like peeping out of the window, is my guess. Because then like it would sort of match up. Like, we've got Blue at the front there, we've got that side, we've got Bandit in the doorway, and then they had that little window on the side. So I think that's where she's gonna be, is like peering out of the window or something, or she'll be like dancing in the window or something like that.
Right. I think that'd be really cute. Like, because we need every single healer family member on there, and Chili is the last one, so that's clever. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah. And we know, thanks to this lovely document here, that the next album is meant to come out next year. So they are like technically planning it, even though Joff Bush said like he's not working on it yet. We still know that there's going to be one next year. They have lots of music to put out anyway. So about the same time, you can see it says annual album there. We're getting some more Bluey minisodes around then, the seasonal special, which is like the Christmas one. So basically around then, and then we're meant to get another album apparently after that, between season 4 and season 5. So I don't know like how they're going to keep continuing. Like, maybe it's Muffin in the front yard doing something. Like, it's just going to keep going on and on and on, or something like that. I think that'd be cool.
I think it'd be really clever to have the extended family. I think Muffin going first, only because like we have tons of Muffin merch already. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Muffin, I feel like she's like the next like big favorite one, especially after all this. But just going over to the chat as well at the moment. Hi to everyone who's commenting. I'll try and throw your comments up on the screen as much as I can. Bold Tomato, thank you so much for watching ever since I was at 7,000 subs. Like, that's amazing.
Wow.
A few other people here as well, hoping that it was Muffin. Hi, Amelia. How's it going? If you guys want to let us know, you can see our comment rolling along the screen here, your favorite song in the Rug Island album, because that is basically what we're going to start our conversation on. So, Pugly, I'm going to ask you first. What was your favorite song from this album?
I definitely want to say it's Explorers, only because okay. So it's interesting because Explorers is really good by itself, but I think it leans heavily into the interlude that we had in the midway through the album, which is Rug Island Part 2. It's the 9th song in the album, and it kind of has like a graduation song, which is the Pomp and Perkins dance. And it kind of feels like the perfect interlude, because we have the general theme of the album is kind of like what it feels like to be a kid. And that's what I got personally. And it kind of feels like you're a kid, you're graduating, and now you have to kind of go on an adventure, and Explorers has the perfect theming of that.
Yeah.
And like, man, like when I was listening to it, it really did send me on an adventure. And it honestly felt like the song itself complemented the protagonist of that story, which is Jack, which is, you know, he has his own coming of age happening in that particular episode. He learned throughout the adventure, since he has to come to grips with coming out of his comfort zone of playing without Rusty. And then, like, oh man, it's just so good. There's like that she shanty in the middle.
Yeah.
And then like it coalesces at the end. Oh, it's so good.
It does. Explorers reminds me, it's a very Australian song. Like, it's very like Australian folk music style. That episode was very Aussie as well. It's interesting. I'm looking at the chat now. A lot of people said Bin Night. Bin Night was a lot of people's favorite songs, which I'm like, it wasn't even in my top 5. Like, it's a nice song, but I assume they added in Bin Night because of course it got so high on Bluey Fest. So it makes sense that it should be in the album. Someone here, Q, says, I like the Bluey theme tune. Yeah, I liked the a cappella style. I thought that was really cool and something like how each time they're trying to do something different with the theme song. So the acapella version, especially because the whole album was about like friendship and making music with your friends, it made sense that that was going to be like an acapella one, which I thought was really cool.
See, I can see why a lot of people like Ben Knight. Ben Knight is very
Yeah.
and I am totally with you, because at first it wasn't my favorite until I remembered how the episode Ben Knight's music progression is in itself in the episode.
Yeah.
Song and the episode itself are all about progress. The episode focuses on Bingo, Bluey the Moon, and even the Crow as they all progress each night, with all of them evolving in their own way at the end. Bingo resolves her issue with Bongo, Bluey goes from a white belt to yellow belt, the Moon changes phases, and the Crow, stops being afraid from Bluey. And likewise, the song leans into that, especially in the album. Where it has a brutally slow start. Like, I dislike the start, but it's the point of it is the progress, and it emphasizes it and slowly progresses, keyword progresses from a monotone piece into an extremely rich song at the end. It's interesting. It's really cool.
I can definitely see that. Something else I noticed in the comment, a lot of people were saying as well, Wild Girls, which I'll put up the little bit of a clip for that.
Oh, Mother, we got food! Well done! Let's dance to celebrate!
I'm like literally just like dancing with it because I do really love that song as well. I thought it was really cool. For me though, yeah, everyone else seems to agree. Like, they can see why everyone like really likes Spin Night, everything like that. I would say, honestly, for me though, I have two favorites. So my two favorites, it was really hard to choose because they're the two that I would like automatically listen to or put on for my kids as well. So it's hard. It's like my personal favorite and then my personal favorite as a parent. My personal favorite, I think, is going to be Fairy Tale. I really loved the 80s vibes. I loved like that whole episode was one of my favorite episodes. And just, I don't know, hearing that 80s music in Bluey was just so cool. So Fairy Tale was up there for me. But then my next favorite one, or like equal favorite one as a parent and something that my kids keep requesting, is Muffin Drive, because Muffin Drive is, of course, just absolutely amazing. And it was our intro for this. Like, it was just so much fun. So Muffin Drive was definitely, I think, it's a tie. Muffin Drive and Fairy Tale. They're both my absolute favorites. So yeah, I'd have to say equally. But yeah, what did you think of Fairy Tale?
Okay, so Fairy Tale, I am not the biggest fan of like the 80s. Wait, no. Like, the song itself, I love because it's clear that they had a ton of fun with it. But I'm not the type of person that likes to listen to that type of music. I don't get to hear like electric guitars like shine through in many songs anymore. So it was a real treat to listen to. And I imagine it was really fun to produce, since once again, this type of music really isn't in fashion anymore. But it was the first song in the album to make me want to happy cry, just because of thinking about how fun it was to produce. And you can tell, like, the person shredding on the guitar and all the instrumentals in the back, they were just like going at it. Like, they were just having so much fun. And I was just thinking about how much fun Joff Bush and the crew was having during this. It just made my day. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. It's generically beautiful, but I don't like that generic 80s theme sound,
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I think for me, something that I was surprised was that I had completely forgotten that there were like kazoos in Muffin Drive. And it wasn't until I heard it and heard it properly. I was like, oh, there really are. Like, how did I miss the kazoos the first time around? Because I feel like that's what really
makes your feet. Sorry, no mine in the car. We ready, Muffin, but just don't drive too
I never noticed it in the song, in the episode.
That's what I mean, because at first I was just like, did they even use kazoos in the actual song? But yeah, like, they literally, you just don't hear it, but the song plays it up so much louder, and I love that because it makes me be like, yeah, I'm gonna go drive and do something. Like, I don't know, Muffin Drive, Muffin Drive and Fairy Tale, definitely my favorites.
Yeah, a kazoo for the main instruments. Yeah. It feels very Muffin. It fits Muffin. Like, a kazoo is such a nonsensical, like, elementary music, like, an
Yeah.
instrument. It's not used in many songs for a reason, but man, it really leaned into the strength of this nonsense, especially with the
Yeah.
muffin screaming randomly, like
Yeah.
in the song. It's pretty awesome. I did low key look back at like there was like a part where they had like a guitar sound, and I was like, did they use that in like Sleepover when Muffin was using the inflatable guitar?
Uh,
'Cause he's like,
oh,
inflatable guitar, and I
yes,
didn't notice it
yes.
in there,
So it's the
but it
sound
might have been a
engineer.
reference.
No, so it's the sound engineer. So she's the one who added in all the extra little bit of Muffin. So Muffin yelling out no, her adding in like the screams and like guitar. So the sound engineer, her name's Rose. She's the one who added it in. So Josh Bush talked about that as well on like the podcast, that like she added in all these like extra little bits to it. And I messaged her on Instagram. I was like, this is fantastic. You did such a great job. Like, this literally just like makes my day. So it's really cool to see that like it's not just like obviously just musicians, but it's also all the sound people as well who are adding things to these albums, which I think is really cool. But yeah. Okay, so let's then move on to our least favorite song out of the track. So everyone who's watching us on live, let us know in the comment section, what was your least favorite song? I'll put it up on the screen here. Here's all of our songs. Yeah, which, okay, my least favorite, and I feel awful for saying it because it was the inspiration for this album, was Cafe. Cafe was my least
No!
favorite. Yeah.
Oh, no!
Cafe was my least. Some people are saying Octopus as well. Some people are saying Explorers. Another person says Cafe. I'm not alone. Yeah, I said this in like my breakdown video, but like I'd forgotten this song. Like I couldn't, and I still, if you ask me to hum Cafe now, I still can't do it. I still don't know what that song is.
That's fair. I can't think of it either. I know the bird whistling at the end, but I don't remember how the chorus goes.
I can't even remember that. Yeah. Like that's the reason why it's my least favorite, is because like if you asked me to sing it, I couldn't sing it if I had tried.
Oh no.
And it's really sad because it's one of Josh Bush's favorites, and he wanted it in dance mode and it didn't fit, and so he wanted to put it in here, and it inspired this entire album. And then like obviously then the art for actual Rug Island came along, and then that's when like, you know, they were like, okay, let's make this about like, you know, parents learning to be kids again and going off to these adventures in like their little kids world and becoming a child again and everything. So obviously Cafe makes sense because that is what Bandit and Fido do during that whole time. I'm surprised how many people here are saying Octopus. What was your least favorite?
I was expecting Octopus to be better, but I did like it a lot. It's obviously Stingray, the people that collaborated with that, they had a lot of fun with it. But I was expecting, because like when I was like heard that Stingray was going to be part of it, and I'm pretty sure Stingray is like a rock band, I thought they were going to be like more rock elements. It didn't feel very rocky to me.
They're surf rock, which is why.
Oh,
yeah. So their whole thing is being surf rock. Most of them are from like the Northern Territory. So I loved it because like we got didgeridoos in it for the first time, and like
clever.
Like it makes me feel like it's a very like Aussie. It's a very Aussie surf rock kind of song. And again, surf, octopus, like that kind of works together because it's ocean themed. So I definitely feel that way. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people in the chat though, they're saying it looks like Cafe, Octopus. A couple of people said the theme tune. Yeah, what was your least favorite?
Okay. I'm so happy someone said the theme tune. I'm not a big fan of the vocal theme song. like I love an acapella and stuff, but I feel like the Bluey like theme is like great by itself, and I don't know, like it didn't shine out to me over any other song. Like I don't know, like I don't have a big reason on why I dislike it. It just wasn't like something that made me like oh, this is so clever, I'm writing notes and stuff. Like for Cafe, like I wrote like a whole paragraph about like how I thought it was so interesting how like it's a bit of a mundane song, honestly, but it evolves into something more, which feels reminiscent and parallels with Fido and Bandit's simple relationship evolving into a best friendship. And I felt like that was amazing. And then it eventually, like, I don't know, Cafe, I can really praise for a while because like it regresses into a simple piece once again when it has the bird like whistling, like everything drowns out. There's a bird whistling, and then Bandit and Fido is whistling that tune, and it feels like, oh yeah, that makes sense because the relationship is so like together and natural that it makes sense for the piece to become a natural bird song, like using some nature related stuff. Like, I don't know, I
Yeah.
felt very clever, but like the vocal theme song didn't make me think, oh, this is clever in any way. All the other songs did. The vocal theme song, I have like no notes about.
Yeah. No, I can understand that. Where I think I have Yeah, see, I don't know, like that makes me happy, but I think it's because I'd heard that song so many times already. I don't know, I want to switch it over to overall thoughts on the album
Oh,
because I mentioned this before, and Cheeky Dogs, let us know in the comment section as well what you think of the album overall. I feel like it was not nearly promoted as much as Dance Mode. Like the amount of
okay.
people I had on my
Yeah,
videos
Dance
being
Mode
like,
was a lot more promoted. You're right. I remember those.
I feel like it was such a hype about like making sure you got the actual vinyl album, people being
Mhm.
upset because it sold out so quickly because it was like a special kind, everything like that. I feel like maybe we had a few more singles released leading up to it. There was just more talk about it on social media. I
Yeah,
don't know.
you're
I just
right.
felt like it was a lot more amp about it. And so then when it came out, everyone was talking about it. It like hit #1 on the charts. Like it was this whole thing. And then for
Yeah.
this album, I feel like no one's talking about it. Like I had so many people in my
Huh.
comment section being like, I forgot this album was even coming out. Like I had no idea. Like I feel like they just
Oh,
it was very
man.
much as Jeff Bush said. He's like, oh, I just want to make an album with my friends. I feel like that's what happened. And the marketing team was just like, okay. And then that was
Okay.
it. Like they're just like, sure, you can.
Man,
Yeah.
that makes me really disappointed. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not a stranger to the disappointing feelings of Bluey's marketing team. Like Bluey's marketing team drops the ball a lot. And I think you're right. I think you're right. The album like Dance Mode, there was even Joff Bush having like it was like his back was facing the camera and like you could like see the like his studio and it was like boom boom
Mm-hmm.
boom 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 and it was like oh my gosh, this thing's gonna be like hype, but like we didn't get any of that for Rug Island. And Rug Island is like once again it is all about like the connections you make along the way. It's like a journey, and I guess I get that theme, but the marketing is inexcusable. That just because there's tons of simple stories that are marketed properly, so like that's
Yeah.
not like the theming of the album is not an excuse for the marketing team.
Yeah. I definitely like I noticed from a social media point because like I wanted to do something with Joff Bush for the Dance Mode album and I wasn't able to. But he did a bunch of other stuff with other like social media influencers in Australia and things like that to amp it up. But then this time around there was nothing. Zero. So I don't know if like they just didn't have faith in this album. And so that's why they're like, we're not going to spend money marketing it and we're just going to roll off the Bluey name and that's all we need to do for it. And whereas Dance Mode, because Bluey was just like really, really like skyrocketing at that time, that's why they're like, yeah, let's get in on it. I don't know. But yeah, I just feel like because of that, there just was not much happening with this album. A lot of people in the chats here as well are saying Dance Mode is better.
I love
Some people,
this
I like all
album
the
is
albums.
amazing to me.
Yeah. But people just be like, it's okay. We've
What?
got here. HT, it's okay. It has room for improvement.
Wow, I'm surprised. I praised every single one of these songs. I literally have a paragraph talking about every single one of these songs in case we wanted to talk about any of these songs. Like
We do
like
have
I love all of
Onesies,
these.
yeah. Onesies is a really good one. I'll put the clip up for Onesies.
Yup, then this.
I
Onesies
feel like
is really
with
good in the album too.
See, for me, because that was the third single that came out, or the second single that came out was Onesies. And that was when I wasn't as intrigued about this album. Because like Onesies is nice and it's chill, but I realized like I am a dance mode album kind of girl. Like I like, which is probably why Muffin Drive is my favorite song. Like I like high speed music, and the only time that like I listen to really chill music is if I'm about to go to bed, and it's usually like Studio Ghibli instrumental like nighttime music. But otherwise, like if I'm doing stuff, like I want like high speed ADHD music, which is why Dance Mode I love so much. But and so yeah, when I heard Onesies the first time, I was like, yeah, it's cute. But that was like my thoughts on it. But I know you have a lot more thoughts on it.
Man, okay. So like before I talk about Onesies in itself, I'd like to talk about your general, like, that you were mentioning that, like, you prefer the dance mode album and because you like fast-paced music. I love fast-paced music. If you guys see like the outros for like all my videos, they're all like super pumpy music because I love stuff like that.
Hmm.
But like my favorite thing about an album, the only albums that I listen to are ones that allow me to like have a sense of journey. And that's exactly what Rug Island was. Like I literally have notes here that says, hold on. This album is an amazing journey to listen to, which is really what I want from an album whenever I seek one out, which honestly is rare for me to do. Not many artists can recapture the sense of a journey in their albums, so I really applaud Joff Bush and everyone involved being able to do this. That was my notes, like general highlighted notes for the album. It put me on a journey, and like once again, Onesies, like every single song in this album leans onto the strengths and thematics on the album itself, but most importantly, the episode itself. Like Onesies is, as expected, unbelievably heartwarming of a song. And they had those additional, vocal pieces they added to play with the instrument.
Yeah.
But what's really awesome about this extended release of Onesies is that at the beginning, it's simple. There's a lot of like simple beginnings in some of these songs. Like I'd say half of them have like simple beginnings that evolve later, which is thematic of like the, growing up and stuff like that. I think that's the point.
Yeah.
But at the midway mark in Onesies, they add these amazing brass and horns. And I feel like that symbolizes the conflict that's going on within Brandy's head. The simple tones is Chili, the brass and horns is Brandy. At the 3/4 portion of the song, both of them coalesce and play at the same time, kind of to represent and symbolize the unity of the both sisters coming together. And it's a beautiful unity of the two mixes, and it's a beautiful symbolic, unity of the two sisters. It's a symbolically beautiful song within the album, maybe the best one.
I think
the best symbolic song.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it more knowing that Joff Bush, his idea for this album was about like adults learning to become kids again. So I understood then why he put Onesies in there, because it is very much about Chili learning to reconnect with her sister through a dance they made when they were kids. So it's learning for them to reconnect for that joy when they're kids. So definitely, like, after hearing that, I then understand so much more why that song was included and like its purpose. Someone where was it just before? What did you think about them making the Rug Island song basically 3 parts throughout it? So we had like obviously the intro part 1. Then we had the second one, which was between Fairy Tale and Explorers, which I'm like, I felt like dance mode made so much more sense. Side 1 was all like hype music, and side 2 was all like slower, getting ready for the day, wind down as well kind of music.
I like that.
Whereas, I feel like this album, like when you look at the track list here, I feel like it's like Onesies, I feel like should be after Rug Island Part 2, and Muffin Drive and Explorers should maybe be up higher, or at least Muffin Drive. So again, it would be, because Obstacle Course is kind of high-paced, Octopus is high-paced, Wild Girls, like they're all like slightly more dancey music, same with Fairy Tale. So I feel like Onesies placement is just not the right spot. It should be lower, and Muffin Drive should be put up. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I think that's actually, you're so right. You're so right, because oh my god, you're so right. Yeah, Muffin Drive is a bit of a disconnect in the thematics of the song, because the album listing, once again, it puts you on a journey, and the beginning is literally Bingo saying, I'm just glad you came to Rug Island. And it's like, has slow percussions, and it's a stellar way to say, hey, you're starting out as a kid, you're going through your journey. Part 2 is the graduation song. It's coming of age, you're getting older, whatever. And Explorers complements that heavily. I don't think Explorers has to move at all. Explorers is a coming of age story in itself episode, and it feels that way in the song, because it has lots of like journey, like, oh my god, I'm going on a journey, it felt like a coming of age instrumentals, and that's what you want after a graduation, because you're coming of age. I feel like Explorers to be number 10, and Part 2 has to come before it. So I feel like that.
So in that case, it's just Muffin Drive. Muffin Drive and Onesies should switch.
You're so right. I think Muffin Drive definitely could have been somewhere else. That is very interesting to think about.
I did say, someone here, just a random Hufflepuff. Wait, so the album represents growing up. Yeah, it's sort of like meant to be that idea of like growing up, or like coming more to terms with like your inner child, I guess, as well, in a way. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, it was really beautiful what they did. Someone before, I can't remember what it was, but was asking like, what music would we like to see in the next album? For me, Burger Dog has to go in because everyone keeps requesting it. Everyone's like, give us the full length Burger Dog. Come on.
Sure.
So Burger Dog TV Shop is one that I really want. I love the music in TV Shop. Like every single time I dance to that
Okay.
song. So
Yeah.
TV Shop and Burger Dog are like my two that like that's the music I want to hear in the next album. How about you?
You know, I haven't really considered that. Songs I want in the next album. I want to first say that the thing we were talking about with just a random Hufflepuff, Joff Bush in itself has like an interview about the album, and he's like even saying that like a lot of the voices they had to work with on this album was original voices that grown up, and it's a big symbolic thing for him as well. But let me go back to the point that we're talking about now, because I really wanted to say that. I thought that was something I really wanted to say. Okay, songs in the next album. Did they use Wagon Ride in the first album? I don't know if they did.
I don't think so. I don't think they did.
Okay, Wagon Ride is my favorite song in the entirety of Bluey. Like, I adore Wagon Ride. I think Wagon Ride
Yeah.
could have fit into Rug Island here.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah.
Gosh, Rug Island. It's like this, like, oh my god, Rug Island's so good because it's like just simple, and then it's like Bluey's like tense moment. It's like it has these like I don't know what instrument it is, but it's like and it's like oh like tension rising, and then it
Yeah.
fades away, and then there's these beautiful like
Someone
strings.
says
Like
Wagon Ride
it's so
is in
good.
the first album, apparently.
Ah, whatever. I don't know then.
That's
Maybe
okay,
Daddy
like, most
Robot.
of
I
us
don't know.
I know. I think if the next album is sort of focused a bit around Chili, and Chili loves dancing, I think we'll get the music from Musical Statues, Burger Dog. Like I would like another dance album, TV Shop, because we have more dance music. So I feel like it would make sense for them to do another dance-based album. But who knows? We'll see. Okay, guys, we've got about 4 minutes left, so let's just throw up for a general Q&A. Why is that? Of course, it's always the way. There we go. Save. All right, general Q&A. So for those of you who are in the live chat, please just write us a question. We'll throw it up on the screen. We've got a couple of minutes, and we'll answer whatever we can for you. But we got some people. Bluey's the best show. It is. Oh, Space. Yeah, Space. The music from Space is really good.
Yeah,
that
that'd be
really
great.
cool.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah. Someone says, how old is Socks? How old is Socks now?
She's should
2.
be 3. 2?
3?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, no, because she's 2. Because she was 1 and Muffin was 3. So she'd be 2 now, technically.
That makes sense. She is 2.
I mean,
Yeah,
favorite episode?
Easy. Cricket. You see this?
Yeah, Baby Race.
That's Cricket.
Favorite YouTuber?
Ever?
Who do you watch the most? For me, it's Grace Randolph behind the trailer. I watch her a lot.
Oh no, who do I watch the most like currently? If like I had to say my entire life, I'd say Farsham Subtle. He's a video game live streamer, and he just like he gets like 4 he's a Canadian live streamer. He gets 4 of his buddies and they just mess around and get drunk. It's fun. But
That's cool.
but what I like to watch is a lot of analytical stuff. So like Swag Kage, which is Naruto analytical stuff. Like they talk about like religion a lot in that because Naruto has some religion context. And then Regular Pat is an amazing Kingdom Hearts analysis. I love his video game analysis.
It's
I
so
want to become a
interesting
video
how
game.
we watch such different stuff.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, like I like video essays and analysis stuff, and that reflects in my
love
videos, I think.
Easter egg videos and theory videos. What a surprise! I watch like Super Carlin Bros, Emergency Awesome, Behind the Trailer, New Rock Stars, yeah, all that kind of stuff. So it's quite funny.
Okay.
All right, so we got a message from Party Pie. Any hopes for future mini-sodes or episodes? We've got another batch coming out in December, so it's meant to be the last batch of this round, so 6 episodes from memory.
Okay.
So I know we have like the pictures we've seen. We've got one with honey. We've got the magic potion one. I think that's the only 2 pictures we still had left. So that means like there's still like 4 others that we don't know anything about. I want to see more characters. Like I loved Brown.
Yes.
That was so cool. But yeah, like I want to see a few more characters and like what's going on in their lives. Like Give me Pom Pom. We haven't seen Pom Pom in so
Oh my
long.
God.
Just give me a mini-sode about her.
Yeah, last time we saw her was the extended intro.
Yeah.
At least
like,
moving
just-
around. I'm sure there's been like a still picture of her somewhere.
Yeah. That kind of falls into Cool for You 14's question of like, what character would you like to have a spin-off? Pom Pom. I don't know anything about her.
Yeah.
You could do anything with Pom Pom.
I think if anything, I would like to see Stripe's family or even Radley's new family. I'm assuming he's gonna have a baby. Or yeah, I don't know, extended family spinoff that focuses on the extended family.
That'd be cool. I think you have a PO box set up. Bluey Edits here wants to know if they can mail us stuff. I'll
Aw.
have a PO box set up in Australia sometime around December once I get there. So I'm still in America for the next 10 days and obviously have not packed up completely yet. So yeah, when I get one, I'll make a community post about it as well.
Yeah, I have an album. I'll just send it in the chat real quick. It should be popping up on my Twitch chat. I'll see if I can't post it on your YouTube as well. But
Okay.
yeah, it's on my community notes if you want to see. Like I literally just posted I got a new PO box. So just look at my YouTube if you want to find it, or my Twitter. I literally on October 23rd is when I posted about it. So it should just be like 3 community notes back.
I did. Would you vote for a spin-off series of an older Bluey? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, okay. I feel like we always talk about it with the Rugrats and then Rugrats growing up. I did not like Rugrats growing up, but if they do it well, I wouldn't mind it for Bluey.
Yeah, that's me. It's all about them doing it well. I think that's the kicker. Maybe a different idea would be to not focus on Bluey and focus on a different character when they grow up, and then focus on that instead. And like Bluey's a cameo character somehow, like that. I don't know. That's an idea. They could do Muffin grown up, as if.
Oh my God.
So I like this one. I think this is a good question to end with. From all the Bluey albums, what is the best song overall? What's your favorite?
Really hard. And I didn't even listen to the first album. I'm sorry. I've listened to the second and third.
I've listened a lot to the first album with my kids. Honestly, for me, it's probably The Creek. The Creek's probably one of my favorite songs. It's one of my favorite episodes from season 1. But that song we played on repeat so much, especially for my kids. But it's like the most calming, beautiful song. Like it's just, Jazz does such a great job with the lyrics in it. So for me, it's probably The Creek.
Everyone's gonna roll their eyes at me, but I'm gonna say Army because it literally makes me like want to happy cry every time I listen to it. I love that where like Rusty's like forward march, and it's like another vocal. It's so sweet. It's so cool. I love Rusty's like, and then he's like, oh no, and then like it goes on. Da, 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 da. It's so fun. I love Army. It's so fun.
It is really good. Army's a really fun one. I know, like the whole Dance Mode album. Cat Squad's another favorite of mine. It's hard to choose, man. It's hard to choose. Okay, cheeky dogs. So, quick social run. Obviously, all my socials are Aussie Girl Monkey on TikTok and Instagram. You guys can follow me over there. And then, why is yours in the middle of the screen? I don't know, but here you go. Right there.
There's all my socials. You see, you can find me doing memes on my Twitter. I live stream once a week, or I try, and then I post mostly on my YouTube. So there you go.
But yeah, otherwise we will be doing another live stream in December. And then I will be trying to do a couple more live streams as well once I'm in Australia, and I'll have some information about that coming out soon. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys later.